Hello once again, friends. Frederick here at RUAH is the Breath of Life. RUAH-Nation coming to you with a series on our YouTube channel from a playlist called Real People, Real Stories. And today we're going to have a little bit of an interview with a friend of mine I met. His name is Athumani, and I'm going to let him explain that a little bit more because it's kind of hard for me to say. But I met him through a program that rehabilitates men in a residential recovery center. And this is a guy who knows what it's like to be down and out and to be broken. And Athumani is going to share with us in a few minutes. We're on our way there. And I'm going to ask him the two questions that I like to ask people in this series. And that is, what does it mean to have life breathed into you? And number two, what does it mean for you to breathe life into other people? Because essentially we live in a world that's increasingly individualistic. And people want to consider me, myself, and I before anything else. And I believe, like Athumani told me one time, that you need to die to yourself to be able to come alive for other people. And this is a man who believes in the big guy upstairs. And we'll see if that comes out in his story. But let's go talk to him and see what he has to say about RUAH, breathing life into a broken and hurting world. I'll see you in a few minutes.
So, when we start?
Hello, friends. Welcome back. It's Frederick here. And it was good to have a little chat on the way in. So like I was telling you on the way in, I met a guy through this recovery center, this men's rehab program I was in. His name's Athumani, and he's already been thinking about the question that we've been asking people. And this is for our playlist on the RUAH Breath is Life channel, and it is Real People, Real Stories. So let me introduce you to my friend, Athumani. You can find him on Facebook, and I'll put a little link there below when we do the video.
Power of love.
So, we're going to get right down to it, Mr. Athumani. Let me ask you the question we've been talking about, and that is, you know, we live in a world with a lot of struggles and brokenness, and sometimes it's easy for people to lose hope and to get down on themselves and to just try and live every day, just survive. And yet you and I both believe that life is more than survival. So I want to let you take an opportunity to share a little bit about hope. But number one, what is this question for you personally? What does it mean for somebody to breathe life into you?
Amen. First, I'm one of those people I call born again. Born again, not just born again Christian, born again to the life, because I was dead once. I was dead.
Right.
I was in hell. And through my hell living, the struggle, the pain, I came to the point in my life I can't tolerate the pain anymore, and the only thing I can do is praying to God to come and save me.
Right on.
I don't say I was saved, but I was renewed. I was renewed, and until today, I stand here, try to carry this message to people. I work in a place where my job is to inspire, to encourage, to motivate, to make people believe that they can get out of that hole, that chain, you know, where most of us addicts been locked in and we can't find our way out. The struggle begins, some of us, from childhood. We grow up with an insanity of mind that we don't know what to do with ourselves.
Yeah.
We're lost. And here we are, that we know that there's a way out. So what I'm trying to say, what God breathed to me in my life, first was awakening. I was awakened from the street in Kelowna, downtown east side. First I was downtown east side, Vancouver, and then I came here, I found another east side, like another Hastings right here in Kelowna, and I was in a park which lost, broken.
Were you were homeless, Athumani?
Homeless, in and out of jails.
Okay, yeah.
I can't get a job. I can't keep job. I can't even keep my kids. I lost my family. I lost my children. I lost my wife. I lost everything that I love. Everything that is good for me was gone. Even my being, even my spirit was broken. I didn't have nothing left. Except the only thing is death is coming ahead of me. So you see, through my brokenness, through my death, I was reborn. And that's one thing I found out. If God can breathe to life again, to live and renewed me, and my death become the best thing ever happening to me, is to reach that point of my life that I can see nothing except darkness. But I was able to see the light at the end of the tunnel. And that was hope. I just hope that we all have that little light at the end of the tunnel. And that hope, that's what I carry with me today, to encourage people. If they can look far deep inside their heart, God is always there.
And with that, Arthurmani, I'm going to push them a little bit further, because part of this channel is to have these real people and real stories. Arthurmani, you talk about the big guy upstairs, about God kind of resurrecting your life, bringing you back from the dead. Yes. I love that. But I want to push you a little further. If you could share with some people who might see this video, because I believe that, you're right. A higher power, whatever that is, God will bring people into your life. And I'm wondering if there was any particular people, whether it was a group of people. I mean, how did God breathe life into you? If it was Him, what ways? Did you go to programs? Did you meet people? Did you read a book?
First of all, I believe what happened to me, I think today I stand here, I think God worked through all of us. This indefinite divine that God is through all of us. And some people plant seed in my soul. They show up on the street and take their time and talk to me.
Right.
Some people came. I remember a special moment, someone buying me drugs to sit down with me while I'm using drugs so he can talk to me and tell me exactly what happened to him. And someone, that person, until today, I can picture him. You see, he came and told me he knows me from back then on the street in downtown Vancouver side. And he knows that I have 2 children that have never been part of their life. And he knows that I can change. He knows that because he did change. He said that if he can change it, why can't I? All he wants me to do is show me the way. He pointed to the treatment center, which I end up to go to treatment center. I did the 12-step program. I did the CBT, cognitive behavior therapy. I did open my eyes for the change that's necessary for me in order to find God. I did understand what separates me from God. This godliness, some people call good orderly direction, which before I get this point of brokenness, I never even think that is existing. I know, I heard about God, but I never understand or even try to figure out God, what God is.
So what we have, friends, you can hear through his story that some people came into his life and met him right in the middle of his junk, right when he was at the end of himself. There were people that came in and began to connect with him, began to help him see that he had dignity, that he was able to start rebuilding his life. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to stop for a few minutes and have a break, and we're going to come back and we're going to hear Arthurmani now share with us what it means for him now to take the gifts that have been given to him, to take the life that's been breathed into him, and to breathe that now out through him. How he makes a difference with his hands and with his feet to make the world a better place. So let's come back in a few minutes, my friends. Welcome back, friends, to RUAH-Nation. This is Frederick here, talking to you about breathing life into a broken world. We're back here with my friend Arthurmani. You heard his story a little bit, and now we're going to get into really the heart of the matter, and that is, how do we pay this forward? How do we take the love and the life that has been given to us and breathe it into the lives of others? So essentially, my friend, that is the second part of today's interview, is what does it mean now for you in this new life to breathe life into other people?
Here, you see, out of brokenness, we found life. Out of that life, we found the principles to live by. And through those principles, we found out it's only by giving, that's the only way we can keep what we have, or even receive more. You see, the Spirit is here to be received and spread out, so it grows in us.
Right.
So you see, I have no choice but to give it away what I have. You see, I have no choice but to forgive. I have no choice but to love. I have no choice but to live this life to fullest under the grace of God. And the grace to me is an unmerited favor that is available for all of us. And I believe I'm one of those people, or maybe there's a few like me who take advantage of that grace. The worst thing we can do is avoiding that grace of God that God sent. Keep it freely for us to receive. And that grace is only being absorbed by giving, spread it out to us. It's in us all.
I love
so
that.
if you have any chance to give anything, if it's love, if it's a smile, if it's that helping hand, if it's that caring someone who is falling down, if it's that telling someone I love you, anything that is good for you, please do. That is a privilege. That is an opportunity. And that opportunity once in a while, it never happened twice. That opportunity when it arises for you to do anything good to someone, do it. By doing so, whatever you give back to yourself.
That is awesome, Arthemani. I heard one time somebody a lot smarter than me said, you know, one way for evil to succeed in this world is for good people to stand by and watch and do nothing.
Amen.
You know, to hear your words talking about choosing to do something, and you talk about speaking life, speaking words of hope, but I like that key word, choice, that it comes down to us making a choice. Are we going to stand up and be counted? Are we going to stand up and do something? So, you know, with that, I'm wondering now, as we come to a close with this interview, if you want to share a message or send out anything to people here on the YouTube channel.
Yo, my message is simple. Pay it forward. Pay it forward. Whatever you want to be given to you, give it away. Give what you want. You want to love? Start loving. You want to be liked? Start to like others.
Yeah.
You want to be respected? Start to respect others. Simple. You know, whatever you want, give it away. You want to be helped? Start to help others. We all need. We all vulnerable. We all weak. You know, so don't take advantage of the weakest.
Yeah, you guys heard it here at a place where I came to get life breathed into me, and this is a man who took me aside one day and said that if I ever needed to talk, if I ever needed to get something off my chest, I could come talk to him. So I know that this is somebody who practices what he preaches. And you know, I heard from a St. Francis of Assisi said once to always be preaching good news, telling people about hope and about life. And sometimes, if necessary, use words. But here we have a guy who's doing it with his hands and his feet,
And I have
speaking
one more
action.
I have one more thing.
What's that, brother?
One thing that I think is very important that I heard, and I believe in that. If you struggle today, if you're struggling, please struggle cheerfully.
Wow.
If you're going through pain, go through that pain joyfully. Because you know what? Through pain, we exist. Through struggle, we perish. That's we're humans. It's a human nature. We are born to struggle. We are going through pain, sadness, all the emotional, good, you know, positive emotional, negative emotional, they are all of us to experience it. So when you experience any of those, experience cheerfully because God is with you. Ephesians 10, 6, 10, 11. Oh, 6, 10, 20. If you can read the Bible, Ephesians 6, 10, 20.
Wow.
The arm of God.
The armor of God. Well, my friends, this has been Arthemani here, and this is for the playlist that's on RUAH Breath of Life YouTube channel. It's about breathing life into the world, changing the world, making the world a better place, one moment, one story, one person at a time. Thank you, my friend. We'll talk to you later. God bless. And good evening, my friends. Today was quite a day. I got to go into town and interview my friend Arthemani. He's doing a lot of good things to make this world, this town, this city a little bit better, you know. And I'm going to be putting his interview online. But I just wanted to, you know, cap the night off by saying, you know, it was really cool to hang around some people who are fired up about what, you know, the big guy upstairs is doing in their life. I thought that was really neat, and I was inspired by some of the responses that I heard today. And, you know, I've been going around on YouTube and putting my life out there every day, daily vlogs, everything from personal stuff like, you know, trying to lose weight, going to the gym, you know, things I do day to day, trying to just do everything. But part of the YouTube channel is this playlist called Real People, Real Stories. And it's kind of neat to connect with others and get their take on life. And essentially, I go and I visit with people, and I tell them to think about 2 questions. And if they would like to share their response with other people, then I tell them, get a hold of me and I'll come back and record it. So Arthemani, I talked to him the other day, and I said, think about this question. What does it mean to have life breathed into you? And he was, you know, really excited about, you know, some of his story that he could share with others, because he wants to make life better for other people, because there were people who spoke into his life, and were there for him to breathe life into him, and God played a big role in that. But then there's that second question about what does it mean now when you start to get back on track, when life is breathed into you, how do you pay it forward? How do you breathe life into others? And day by day, person by person, moment by moment, he's doing what he can with what he's got right where God placed him. And he's touching lives, mentoring, working at a men's recovery center, a residential treatment center, a place that I was a part of. And thank God that place breathed life into me. So tonight, I'm going to bed. I worked out at the gym. I was tired. It was my Debbie's birthday yesterday. So signing off. And I hope you know that this world is missing something if you don't live your life to the full potential with the gifts and the skills and the talents that were placed in you. I believe that everybody is here for a reason and a purpose, and I don't know if you found that yet for you. If you don't know why you're getting out of bed in the morning, then maybe it's time you start thinking about it. Take an inventory of your life and go, what fires me up? What gets me excited? What makes me passionate? And when you start to answer those questions, you'll start to find yourself funneling down to the climax, the pinnacle, the culmination of who you are and what you're supposed to be doing. Because right now, I'm unemployed, and yet I'm loving life. It's hard. I asked the big guy upstairs for a pretty big prayer tonight. I have bills to pay. And I've been told by 30 different places to wait till end of March when tourist season starts to kick in. I'll get a job then. But in the meantime, it's tough right now, and I'm doing what I can with what I got. So I've asked God to take care of some bills this week, and I'm going to let you know when he comes through. So, I'm going to try and upload this Monday, maybe Sunday night, and I'll let you know when God comes through and takes care of some of those bills, because I believe that as our YouTube channel, it's called RUAH, that old word from Hebrew that means breath of life. I believe that God is breathing life into people. He's breathing life into me. And it might not look like I got it all together. And I know that I don't, but things are happening. And tomorrow, I get 4 more lines in a local TV show. There's a local TV show. It's on Shaw Cable, Okanagan. It's called As the Sun Burns. And it's a soap opera comedy. And I get to play a grumpy, middle-aged guy. Used to be a former golf pro, and he's on a juror now for some trial. So that's a fun TV show. You can watch that online, or if you got a Shaw Cable station, Okanagan. But anyhow, until tomorrow, have a great night. God love you. And don't forget, if you're going to be working out at the gym, you got to drink water. Let me tell you, the best days are ahead, my friend, okay? Take care.